Hi there, how are you? So, I'm waiting for an 1111 twin flame activation to save so I can upload it to the channel. And getting frustrated because the first time I was recording, I had to stop, and then I finally got it finished and it didn't save properly the first time. And so now, starting again. And I wanted to do a reading anyways, but I fell asleep earlier. I had a dentist appointment today again, and I had a couple of fillings. And when I got home, I was just exhausted. But I had all these plans of things I was going to do, and I didn't get any of it done. And the recording that I did earlier was kind of just like spur of the moment, because we have the 1111 portal, and that energy is really intense for manifesting. So I was just going with the flow. So now I figured I'd jump on and do a reading. And it's like 3 a.m. So what better time? And the first card that came out is the Seven of Cups. No, the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is about walking away, which doesn't surprise me because I feel like that's something a lot of us have been doing. We're walking away from old, worn out things, old situations, old ways of being, old fears, old insecurities, old treatment that just doesn't feel good, you know? And it is in regards to our emotions. The cups are our emotions. So we're walking away from the things that just don't feel good. The people who place no value on us, the value we weren't placing on ourselves, the behaviors that weren't, sustaining our emotions. And today has been very emotional for me. Like, I've been feeling like up and down, crying a lot, getting triggered by different things, like with my mom and just stuff that I've been through recently. And, feeling those emotions, and just a result of walking away from a lot of stuff connected to emotions, which makes sense. I feel like the energy here that we have is about ending anything that just doesn't fulfill us anymore, anything that isn't working out. I do feel, though, that some of the stuff that we're feeling is like illusion. We're going to fear. We're going into a place of like insecurity. And that can make you walk away from stuff. That can make your emotions a little unbalanced. You may be feeling a little bit like weird, or just you may be getting triggered by stuff, or you might be like over analyzing things or thinking something bad when there's no reason to think it, creating situations in our mind that really aren't there. And on the bottom of the deck, when I was just doing that, we got the Hierophant. And this has been coming through a lot lately. The Hierophant is about commitment. It's that like next level commitment type of stuff. So some people may be going into a next level of commitment in their life, or they're like walking away from things that weren't going to honor this. Like if you were just being like in this circle type of thing where it was like the same patterns were repeating over and over and over. I think we're taking that step. We're walking away from the stuff that's not serving and taking that next step into alignment with ourselves, with our emotions, with feeling like, okay, I'm going to make a commitment to feeling good. I'm going to make a commitment to loving myself and to honoring myself, and to placing those expectations on self, you know what I mean? Rather than, placing it outwards on other people or situations around us. We're bringing it inward, and we're walking away from the past, of the stuff that just doesn't feel good. And that card, the Hierophant, can signify like marriage or union. So with the 1111 portal, there's a lot of that union energy there. And it's funny because I know many of you guys know, like, the twin flame stuff is something like, no matter how many times you try to walk away from it, it comes back, like shooting back into your face. Like recently I've been doing the readings for the collective, and I noticed like a fall in the amount of people that were wanting readings because I wasn't doing the twin flame anymore. And then I did one recently, and I talked a little bit about twin flames, and somebody wanted a reading, and of course it was about twin flames. So it always comes back, it's like even when we try to walk away from it, it ricochets back. But because we walk away for a reason, and we walk away from like that juggling act of not knowing what the other person is thinking or feeling, or if they have any value on you, or if they're just, stringing you along, or if they're doing a juggling act. And depending on where you're at, or who you are, or what you're going through in regards to that type of stuff, you could be feeling like a juggling act. You could be feeling like one moment you're walking away, and the next moment you want to go to this level of commitment, regardless of who you are. You could be a divine feminine or masculine. But it's something that just keeps getting thrown back in your face. Like last night when I was doing the live readings, there was like 3 or 4 readings right in a row that were like all about the twin flame. It was like, I knew it as soon as I started pulling the energy for it, but I was like, even then I was like trying to ignore it, but I couldn't. And then somebody commented in the live feed, they're like, did you notice that there's a lot of stuff with the twin flame? And I'm like, yep. And then tonight something happened. Oh, I saw a post about like when you're in love, you cannot be like attracted to somebody else. Like you can't have interest towards somebody else. And if you do have interest towards somebody else, then you're not in love. And I had commented on it and talked with somebody about that, because it is frustrating. Like a week ago, I met somebody through driving, and they were an awesome person. They had their shit together. They were clearly interested. They asked if I had a business card. They asked if I could call them through the app. They asked for my name so they could find me. And then for the next week, I kind of went back and forth in my head. I was juggling back and forth of whether or not I should go, try to communicate with that person again, or if I should search that person out. And each time I would get to that place of like, okay, I'm going to do that, I would end up ricocheting back into no, I can't. Because I know, like, even if I were to reach out to them or find them or whatever, and they were going to ask me out, I'd likely say no, because I still have my heart energy and my intention somewhere else. And it's like I walked away from the situation. I tried to cut away from it and not be involved in it because it was hurting me, and because I didn't know what that person was juggling. And I don't see them wanting to make any type of commitment, So for my own emotions, I walked away from the situation. But even in that, it's like the bottom of the deck is this. You end up like this. You end up in this, not sleeping, not being able to eat, not being able to function, because you want to go in a new direction, but you keep getting pulled back to this journey. And that's why when people like come to me and they're like, do I have a twin flame? Or like, how come I can't find my twin flame? I'm like, you don't want to find your twin flame. You don't want it. It's a pain in the ass. It hurts. It's not fun. It's there to teach you. It's there to show you stuff. It's there to like mirror to you the shit you need to heal. And when your counterpart isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing, it really affects you. And when they, have karmic partners, or when they have, karmic behaviors, you feel it inside. You feel their shit. When they're not feeling good, you don't feel good. When, they're pulling away, you pull away. When they're pulling back, you pull back. It's like, it's this juggling act. And it's not all fun and games. So, that's the reality. I see a lot of people, the readings where it's like, union's going to happen next week, and like everybody's happy. And I admit, like, I've been in there where I was like feeling that way, and then I go right back to this energy, and then feeling good, and then going back to this energy. And it's not always fun. And the part of the reason why I did the 11/11 twin flame thing tonight was to assist, to utilize the energy that we have coming in right now to shift this, because this isn't a fun place to be. We do want to walk away from anybody who's not going to be bringing us that next step who can't make a commitment, who's juggling, who's whatever. But honestly, if that's happening, it's because you're doing the same thing through here. So we mirror to each other. So like, we can't look at them and be like, it's their fault because they did that. No, like anything they do, we're doing, and anything we do, they do, and vice versa. So we have to shift out of this, like, and raise our vibration and get into that place of like unconditional love and support and being fulfilled on our own. Like me thinking about communicating with another person, I feel like set me back on my path because that was like a distraction. We want to distract ourselves from this. We want to distract ourselves from that person. We want to distract ourselves from feeling the tension that comes along with separation. But the separation is there to teach you and to assist you in going through your karmic stuff and going through the lessons that you signed up to go through. And really, like, if you have a twin flame, you have a twin flame. You can't deny it. You can't walk away from it. You can't just decide, like, I no longer have a twin flame, because it always gets ripped back into your face. It always comes back around and you have to deal with it. So I know the majority of people who watch are the Divine Feminines. And I'm going to just tune in to see, because I feel like for some, like when we're going through this stuff, we're all going through this stuff. So I want to ask how the Divine Masculine is feeling at this time with all of the influence of the retrogrades, with the influence of the 1111 portal. Let's just see how they're doing, because, I'm sure that a lot of the Divine Feminines are probably feeling similar to how I am. All right, so for the Divine Masculine right now, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Star, which are really good cards. So they have a new beginning with worth. And I feel like this is them making a wish, because this is about wishes being fulfilled. This is about new beginnings. I feel like a majority of the masculines, not all of them, because a lot of them are probably mirroring this type of energy, but for others, there's this like desire for a new beginning of worth and a new beginning, making a wish of fulfillment in all areas of their life. I did feel like a lot of masculines were getting ready to make this next level type of commitment, like getting ready to express their feelings, getting ready to stop the juggling act, getting ready to get out of this energy, and, instead of walking away from what they're feeling, opening up to what they're feeling. So let me see what's here. Okay. So we have the 5 of Cups. So I do feel like in regards to their emotions into this journey, they are, not really looking over here at that the union is still there. They may be getting sucked into the illusion. They may be feeling this because of the result of the Divine Feminine walking away or pulling back her energy, because she needed to do this. She needed to place more value on herself and start over with a new beginning of expectation on what she expects in her reality. And, they both have that wish for fulfillment. They both have a wish for balance. But I do feel like the masculines have been feeling like their cups have been emptied, like their feminine walked away, sleepless nights, the juggling act. They may be, because I think the masculines have an easier time going into karmic partnerships or distracting themselves with karmic behaviors, because on the bottom we have the Devil. So they could be drinking, they could be sleeping around, they could be doing stuff that just isn't good for them and they know it, or this could just be toxic thoughts, that doesn't necessarily have to mean that they're out doing horrible shit. It just could be horrible feelings inside, or codependent behaviors. They may have certain addictions to stuff that, fills up their mind with something else. Let's see how they're feeling. Oops. All right, we got Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is about a new phase. So we have that new beginning here for them. There's this new phase of worth. There's this new energy coming in. But it also came in with the 7 of Cups, which I feel like is is kind of an illusion. It could be connected to ego. Again, it could be connected to this, like, not knowing which way to go. If they feel like their feminine walked away, they may go to a place of ego where they start juggling act again, or because they're not going to find anybody that has that same connection as their feminine. So they may, like, juggle more than one karmic partner on the side. They may, juggle more than one toxic behavior on the side. They may go into a depression. They may go into, like, getting into this place of, like, that ego where it's like, oh, this is the important shit. I got to have the fancy this. I got to have the fancy that. I got to have this much money. I got to bring in this. I got to do that. We do have the Ten of Swords as well. And that is, again, at the end of the day, when they stop with the illusions and feeding themselves, they do have that upset. They are feeling the effects of this. So they are mirroring this. It's almost like they go back and forth. Like they want you to feel that they're okay, and you want them to feel that you're okay. But at the end of the day, neither are really okay. Let's see what they think, like, in regards to their feminine. We have Ace of Cups. So I do feel like in regards to the connection, they're wanting a new beginning. Many of them are wanting a new beginning. They may be coming in with an offer because on the bottom we have the Two of Cups. So I think in regards to their connection with their feminine, they're thinking about making a new offer of commitment. Okay? And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of Wands. So they've been beat up by this journey. They've been beat up by the energies. They've been, dealing with the stuff that we've been dealing with. But they aren't giving up. Like this guy's, like, battered and bruised, but he's like, because you can't give up this journey. Like, it's not, you can get beat to hell and try to walk away, but you come back around the other side. And it's kind of like just going with the flow. But, using the energy that's here right now will really assist. Using your intention will assist. Opening yourself up with unconditional love will assist. Send them unconditional love. Stay in a good space. Don't, go to this place of fear, because we can be, we mirror everything. So if we're sitting here thinking that they're, going out and having all these karmic partners and doing horrible things, then that's the reality we create. And that's probably what they start thinking about you. Whatever fear or illusion you're living in is going to be the fear and illusion they're living in. Like, they're mirroring this. Both are having sleepless nights, feeling stabbed in the back. I think both are longing for this new phase to begin, to get out of this energy of feeling, we've walked away from the old way, but we're opening up for a new offer. We want to have partnership and union, but we don't want it to be centered around illusion and greed. We don't, any toxic behaviors that we're holding on to, we've got to get rid of, both feminine and masculine. That's why you're feeling your cups are empty, or that's why you're feeling like your wishes aren't being fulfilled. And that's, can ricochet into your value or the worth for yourself, because you're just not feeling it. You may be having, false ideas about yourself. You may be thinking like you want to change yourself. You may be walking around your house and, like, wanting to change things inside of your home, or changing the way that you look, the way that you dress, and that, again, is centered in illusion, envy, greed, ego, bullshit. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, because it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter what you drive. It doesn't matter where you live. This person is your counterpart. They're going to love you unconditionally, or they're supposed to love you unconditionally. But yeah, I think masculines get a little bit more caught up in the illusion stuff. I know as a feminine, like the way that you look can be something that gets triggered. Like, if your masculine calls you up, like, you ain't going to go show up looking like a hot mess. But we're starting to let go of that stuff. I think we're starting to realize and recognize that they're drawn to your truth and your integrity and the real you. They don't want this bullshit version of you. Neither of them do. Masculine doesn't want to see that in his feminine. Feminine doesn't want to see that in her masculine. They want this stuff to be gone. They want them to feel fulfilled. They want the 10 of Cups. They want the happy family and the happy ending. But there's a lot of stuff that has gone on, and there's a lot of things that have gone on that have caused them to be in this type of energy. But it had to happen. All of this stuff has to happen so that this new beginning can happen, and so that new expectations, or new, not even expectations, like new boundaries are met, and new like levels of love are brought forth. Because you can't be like, you don't offer somebody a half empty cup. You don't offer somebody a half-ass offer. If you love somebody and want this type of energy, you show them that. And it doesn't have to be coming along with physical, like, you don't need a bunch of shit. It just has to be like time, attention, communication, speaking to each other, communicating how you feel, not hiding things, not being in that energy of deceit or manipulation, or trying to deceive or manipulate. It's clearing the air, it's starting over. It's opening up to a new beginning. So we also have the Ace of Swords. So this is a new beginning in regards to how we're thinking. So I do feel like the 1111 portal is going to assist that. It's opening up your mind and really using the power of attraction to shift your reality. Walk away from the old stuff. Walk away from this. Walk away from the toxic stuff. But, get into alignment with gratitude. Be thankful. Be happy. And I know that's not always easy, because when you're not here, you can feel that very easily, and you can get triggered by stuff very easily, especially with all the shit that's going on out there. Everything's amplified. Our intentions are amplified. So if you go into like a depression, it's going to get amplified. If you're in a good mood, it's going to get amplified. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of Pentacles, which I do feel like we are coming into a place of abundance. We are going to be manifesting financial gain quite easy, because we don't have somebody like, distracting us in the physical with us. It's all mental. So you still get your work done. You still get out. You're still connecting with making abundance in your world. But this is also like worthiness. We've walked away from the situations that were making us feel not worthy. I do feel like the insecurities are creeping up. You may be not feeling pretty enough or like good enough, but that is shifting. So you got to utilize this energy and shift your thoughts, shift your energy, shift the vibration you're putting out. Bring that level of worth into yourself. It doesn't matter, what you have. It doesn't matter what you look like. What matters is what's inside of you, and recognizing that beauty inside of you emits out. And you're a mirror for your counterpart. So whatever you're rippling out, they're rippling back. And it's like a magnet pulls you together. You can't, really push the other one away unless you really try to. Let's see what comes through with the other deck here. We have Honeymoon, and I kept seeing this card today. It says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So if they do come back with an offer, if you're masculine, especially with the energy of the 1111 portal and all of this stuff that's been going on, it appears that they want to make a new beginning, that they want to make an offer. If they do, I feel like that type of energy is going to be there, where you get away together and you spend time together, where you actually communicate with each other. You have that energy, you have the passion, and it says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So even if you're not together, you want to be in that type of energy. And if you have romantic feelings, they're real and worth exploring. In the 1111 thing that is saving right now, I connected with the Kundalini energy and the sexual energy, and that is a powerful energy to manifest with. You may be having visitation in the astral realm. You may be dreaming about your counterpart. You may be finding things out about your counterpart over the next couple of days through the 1111 portal, through connecting with Spirit. Spirit is there to assist you in seeing deeper. I feel like this is going to assist you. So, utilize that energy that's here right now to assist you with that passion, with those romantic feelings, and with bringing you to that place of a honeymoon. Increasing the value that you see in yourself, and increasing, the value that you have around you in your home and in your life. Become aware of the thoughts that you're thinking, so that you're not creating this like type of energy where you're sitting up and you're miserable. Walk away from anything that wasn't fulfilling you, and know that this is where you're headed to. You're headed to a happy ending. And the masculine's feeling it too. They're feeling Like, they're not really seeing this. They're only seeing what's been tipped over. They're mirroring you. So I feel like both are kind of looking into illusions. Both are being manipulated by the other. Both are, maybe falling into old patterns or old thought patterns that are keeping them from feeling this new energy or this new beginning. But I do feel like it's going to shift. I do feel like this is wanted. They want this new beginning. They have a new type of energy that they're bringing forth, where they want to see that worth in themselves, that they're seeing the worth in you. They're wanting to make that wish, and they're wanting fulfillment, and they are getting ready to make a new offer in the emotional aspect. They have a new phase coming in. It is, the Two of Cups is like all about this. They got to get rid of this energy too. And both need to stop juggling. Both need to stop, going back and forth. We've both been bruised and battered on this journey. We need to kind of rise back up and follow along with the good energy that's there and make that next level of commitment. Let's see if there's anything else from this deck. Retreat, and that one was trying to come out a little bit ago. So it says it's time to disconnect from the world. So if you're being like overwhelmed by social media, by your phones, by, just the world, by the people in your life, by the experiences that you have to deal with day to day, go into a retreat. That's going along with this energy of like a honeymoon. If they do come back with that offer, I suggest that you get away, and, I don't think you should go out and like be out in public and having a party. I think you need to have a retreat away together where you can explore the feelings and you can explore that passion, because this passion is going to be ignited right now. Like, there's been several times over the past week where it's like I felt that presence or that energy, that sexual energy rising, that kundalini energy rising, and it's intense, and it's just going to keep getting more intense. The longer you're separated, the more that rises inside of you. So you want to be paying attention to that. You want to, and on the bottom of the deck we have reconciliation. It says someone from your past is returning to your life. So they probably are returning. They're probably feeling the same type of energy you're feeling. In regards to how they're going to return, depends. I don't suggest that you be the one that reaches out. I suggest that you let them return to you and make the offer with that new, renewed type of energy where they see your value. There's got to be like a meeting in the middle, because I know Divine Feminine has raised her level of worth. Masculine may be intimidated by that. So just, don't be so crazy about the way that they make their offer. They may have to fall into old patterns a little bit, but as long as they're coming through with new energy and a new offer, be open to it. Be open to the communication if that's what you want. If you don't want the communication, then don't be open to it. But if you're open to that reconciliation, and this is what you're wanting, you want to explore this passion and utilize this energy for its highest and best, just envision it happening in alignment with you. And we have hope. So, stay in connection with that hope and that wishful energy that's inside, and knowing that if it's meant to be, it's going to be. If this is your twin, it's going to happen, regardless of circumstances outside, regardless of fear and ego and illusion. It has to happen. We have patience, which is funny because if you add that up at 7, if you add this up at 7. So the 7s have been coming through a lot today. Have patience in regards to this journey. Have patience in regards to yourself. I know that's frustrating because most people have been on it for eons and eons, but you got to have a little bit of patience still and just work together with compassion. Speak your truth. Don't hide your truth. Don't pretend to be okay if you're not. Don't try to push the other one away. Don't try to play games with each other. Just be honest and open and compassionate energy. Have that energy of unconditional love for the other. Be in your divine truth. It's time to drop the bullshit. It's time to drop the ego. It's time to be in integrity. We got 17. So again, that's confirmation. You want to be in the integrity of your divine truth. And what is your divine truth? And raising into a new perspective of how you envision everything around you. Look at the things that are happening through a new level of understanding. Look at it through compassion. Look at the situation with hope. Have patience for each other. love each other unconditionally, stay in that vibration of self-worth too. Speak it, emanate it, be it. 27. That's add up to 9. That's the ending and new beginning. So we do have this new beginning coming in regards to our self-worth. The offers that will come in will reflect that. And remember that this is all part of your sacred journey, that this is something you signed up for long before, that this illusion that's here is in connection, it's an illusion. Separation is an illusion. You really can't be separate. And then again with the 7, celestial teacher. So a lot of the people who come to this channel are starseeds. And if you're here as a starseed, you're part of that small little window of peeps that are here as a twin flame star being. And you have the celestial teachings inside of you to pass on to others. That's a big role to bring in. So the more that you are patient with yourself, patient with your counterpart, the more self-worth that you have, the more that you recognize that everything is happening for a reason, the more of the light codes and frequencies you'll bring in and emit out. And it will get easier and easier as you go on this path and as you illuminate the path. And on the bottom there, we have worlds within worlds, which is, again, creating that new world. Instead of going into that fear, that illusion, that separation, create a new world where it doesn't exist. Use the power of your intention. Use the power of meditation. Meditation's huge. If you're in separation, you can connect. You can communicate telepathically. You can communicate through your dreams. You can communicate quite easily, actually, through meditation with your counterpart. And, recently I've been having a lot of dreams connected to the twin flame stuff. Like, I'll wake up and I'll, be like, did that just happen? I have to check to see if it really happened because it feels so real. And we have 4 of Pentacles, which is that foundation. It's a new foundation. It's a solid foundation. So I do feel like this work is bringing in divine justice. They're recognizing they can't come in with these shitty half-ass offers, that it's not okay. There is a raising of that energy. I feel like both are making a solid type of work into their energy and how they are in the world. We have a new beginning coming again. So the Fool is ready to embark on this new journey. They're ready for that justice. They're ready for that celebration because we got the Sun card again, which came out a lot this week. So the celebration is there to be had, and the sunflowers are there, which is connected to the twin flame journey. So just trust this process and trust and know that things are, developing the way that they're supposed to. On the bottom of the deck, we now have the Emperor. And the Emperor is the energy that you want your masculine to be in, ready to make those commitments, ready to stand in integrity and truth. The Queen of Cups, there's been a lot of stuff going on, in regards to, children. So some of the masculines may have gotten somebody pregnant. You may find out that there's been a secret child, or there's been some sort of secret that they've been keeping from you, whether it be a karmic partner or whatever. Or this could be you, this could be you being fertile in the fact that you're ready for a new beginning. You're ready to explore deeper truths. You're ready to explore and become, fertile with love and to heal the situation, or to be the counterpart to the Emperor. But just keep that in mind, because that's something that's been popping up a lot this week, that some of the masculines have messed up, or they've had some babies coming that they didn't mean to have happen. And that's up to you how you're going to deal with that. And that's only if that resonates for you. If you know that they had a karmic partner, if you know that they were in a situation with somebody, or maybe they did something out of jealousy, or maybe they, succumbed to the pressures of sex, and now they have, some stuff to clean up in regards to that. But that's just if it resonates for you. Don't take it if it doesn't resonate. The only reason I brought it up is because it's something that's been coming up a lot, that I keep seeing and feeling. So, it may be true, it may not be true. If it's not something that you know about yet, start creating the reality that that happy family is with you and not somewhere else. Or, if you're open to having a happy family with your counterpart with a child that's not yours, that's up to you too. But at the end here we have balance, temperance. So there is a balance coming in, and there is that final judgment coming in. I feel like this is it. This is that final decision. Like the chariot's going to move forward, and it's going to come from a place of balance, hopefully, and judgment, in truth and integrity, and finding out like if this is what you're supposed to be doing, or if you need to just walk away from it completely. And if you're going to be in union or if you're not going to be in union, it's like you're making those final decisions, and there are decisions to be made. So trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your gut as you go through this, as you go through the next couple of days, and as you utilize the energy. I do recommend doing that meditation. It will assist, if I can get it uploaded onto the channel, it will assist when the Empress is trying to come out again. So really there could be a baby coming from you, or a baby coming from them, or it could just be a birth of something new. But that energy keeps coming through, and, just depends on what's going on. But at the end here, we get the Page of Cups. So there is an offer coming in regards to emotions. So, if they haven't made an offer, they're probably in the Hangman energy, where they're just going back and forth and they're not sure. So make it clear to them if you're open to it. If you want to be the magician and alchemize the bullshit of the past, if you want to be open to what's coming in. And we got the Knight of Swords again. So some of these offers may be kind of stupid, but be open and in that place of unconditional love. Give them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to rise out of that energy. And just, love yourself unconditionally. Try to deal with this journey as best as you can. I know it's not easy. I know it can be difficult. But yeah, the Twin Flame meditation is much more uplifting than this reading is. So in Munay, Namaste, go take some time to be still. Number 5. I had a lot of 5 synchronicities tonight in regards to the meditation. So that will help us change this energy and maybe help us retreat and disconnect from the world and disconnect from the influences of outside stuff, or those fears or those insecurities, or feeling like, oh my God, they're having a baby with somebody else, or whatever, just let it go. So in Munay, Namaste.